I asked ChatGPT what songs to learn from a beginner to 1 year of playing guitar. Here's a progression of songs to play on the guitar as a beginner, categorized by the number of months you've been practicing. The songs increase in difficulty gradually, helping you build your skills over time. 1 month, Horse with No Name by America, Knockin' on Heaven's Door by Bob Dylan, Leaving on a Jet Plane by John Denver. 2 months, Three Little Birds by Bob Marley, Love Me Do by the Beatles, I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. 3 months, Wonderwall by Oasis, Sweet Home Alabama by Lynyrd Skynyrd, Stand By Me by Benny King. 4 months in, you're starting to see real progress. You can now play Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. Next up, Blowin' in the Wind by Bob Dylan, which also uses the chords G, C, D, and E minor. And finally, House of the Rising Sun by The Animals. At the 5-month mark, your repertoire is expanding. You can play Riptide by Vance Joy. Then there's the traditional song You Are My Sunshine, which uses the chords G, C, and D. And don't forget Take Me Home, Country Roads by John Denver, with chords G, D, E minor, and C. 6 months in, you're really hitting your stride. You can play Hey There Delilah by Plain White T's. Next is Good Riddance, Time of Your Life by Green Day, with the chords G, C, D, and E minor. And finally, Free Fallin' by Tom Petty, which uses the chords D, G, and A. 7 months in, you've come a long way. Now it's time to tackle Blackbird by the Beatles. This song introduces you to fingerpicking, a technique that adds a beautiful texture to your playing. Next, try Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. You'll need to master the chords C, G, A minor, and F for this one. And finally, challenge yourself with Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton. This piece will help you refine your fingerstyle patterns. At the 8-month mark, you're ready for more intricate songs. Start with Dust in the Wind by Kansas, which continues to develop your fingerpicking skills. Move on to Hotel California by the Eagles, a classic that requires you to play many chords. Lastly, Yesterday by the Beatles will have you practicing both major, minor, and 7th chords. 9 months into your journey, your repertoire is growing impressively. Begin with Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd, focusing on the chords G, C, D, A minor, and E minor. Then take on the unplugged version of Layla by Eric Clapton. Finally, Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen will round out your practice with chords C, A minor, F, G, and E minor. 10 months. All right, let's dive into some classics. First up, Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers. You'll be working with chords E, B, C sharp minor, G sharp minor, and A. Then we have Californication, also by Red Hot Chili Peppers, which uses A minor, F, D minor, and G. Finally, let's not forget Zombie by the Cranberries with chords E minor, C, G, and D. 11 months. Now it's time to tackle some iconic tracks. Start with Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses. Focus on the intro riff and chords. Next, there's Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. You'll work on the fingerstyle intro and chords. And, for a bit of a challenge, Tears Don't Fall by Bullet for My Valentine, where you'll practice the chords and a simple solo. 12 months. You've come a long way. Let's round off the year with some legendary pieces. Begin with Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin, focusing on the intro and chords. Move on to Black Dog by Led Zeppelin, working on the riff and chords. And, to really showcase your progress, try Classical Gas by Mason Williams, mastering the fingerpicking technique. By following this progression, you'll steadily build your skills and confidence. Each month introduces slightly more complex chords, strumming patterns, and techniques, ensuring you continue to improve as you practice.